Let's see if that did it. Okay, we're here. Little slight weapons malfunction, situation normal, everything's fine here. How are you? Do you know where your freedom is? It's 6 o'clock and it is time to heed the boogaloo. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time once again for Musical Hangout, the only live music experience that inserts funny saying here. I am your host with the most, singer, songwriter, guitar player extraordinaire, Zach Hval, Esquire. Would appreciate you clicking the links in the description there to send you to my social medias, the Instagrams, the Facebooks, the TikToks, the Yams, wherever you follow people. That's where I can be found. My goodness, what a week, you know. What a week. It's just like you see a 4-car pileup and you end up having to do roadside surgery. And it's like you deliver a baby in a taxi. And roadside surgery is the worst, ladies and gentlemen, because you don't get to use your own tools. It's murder, but we're here. We're here. We're ready to do some rock music. We're here to do some of that blues music, too. That blues music is good for your soul, ladies and gentlemen. Got my trusty Silver Sky guitar here. Looks like John Mayer's wrapping up some stuff with the Grateful Dead. I always miss them every time they come to town. Well, they don't come to town, they come a few hours outside, but we're going to keep it groovy, man. See, I got this record coming out here in approximately 10 days. I don't know if you heard about it. It's called I Have No Strings, and I Must Play. It's the ultimate experience in 6-string terror. But yeah, I mean, the first half is just we're jamming, folks. The other half is all numbers, and I just wanted to let you know the truth of where we're at. Can you dig it? Yeah, I mean, getting driving is it can be terrible. Things get sketchy, especially when people are farting around on their phones. Ooh, man, distracted driving is up. I don't know if have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Just deaths from distracted driving is getting steadily increasing, and it's kind of scary if you think about it. But I think it's a generational thing. I think it's people my age doing it. My generation, the millennial generation. Whole group, and then the Gen Z kids aren't even worse. They're going to, by the time they get to, 40, 50, they're going to develop a weird form of scoliosis where they walk around like this. How's it going? I knew a guy that looked like that. His name was Lee. Worked with him at a pizza restaurant. And he would walk around, how's it going? How's it going? I don't know what his deal was. Probably he was farting around on his phone. You know why that person behind you honked? It's because you were farting around on your phone. You know why you didn't make it to work on time? You know why you were late to church? It's because you were farting around on your phone. I bet you use Snapchat. I bet you use Snapchat and you expect to take me. You expect me to take you serious. You missed out on the love of your life because you were farting around on your phone. You almost took out a family of 3, Mr. Guy, in your 2-ton, 3-ton big truck. You're not hauling anything because you live in the city limits. You almost took out a family of 4 and a Ford Taurus from 1998 because you were farting around on your phone. You can't properly enjoy a cinematic experience such as Oppenheimer or Barbie, or as some of the kids my age are going to see, Barbenheimer, the double feature, because somebody is farting around on their doggone phone. Snapchatting the movie. By the way, that's piracy. Filming the movie in the movie theater, that's piracy. I don't care if it's 15 seconds for your Instagram story. You were farting around on your phone, and you're going to ruin Oppenheimer or Barbie. They almost ruined A Quiet Place for me back when I was in Tennessee trying to watch that because they were farting around on their damn phones. Don't do it. It could mean life or death. It is almost, you're making it, as each day passes, it becomes more and more of a mathematical possibility that you'll die or you'll kill somebody because you were farting around on your frickin' phone. This has been a public service announcement by your pal Zach. Let's get groovy on it. Do a little bit of that Taj Mahal. I went upstairs to pack my leaf band trunk. I ain't seen the blues of whiskey made me sloppy drunk. I ain't never seen your whiskey. The blues made me sloppy drunk. I'm going back to Nashville, honey. That's where I have much better luck. I wake up, mama, now you ask me to be your king. Oh, you said you kidding me, man. If you want it, you gotta keep it hid. But don't you let my husband, my main man, catch you here. Don't let you let my main man, my main man, catch you here. Well, the blues, honey, I woke up with them 3 different ways. One said to go, the other 2 said stay. But I woke up this morning with the blues 3 different ways. Well, now one said to go, the other 2 said stay. Well, wake up, mama, I got something to tell you. Oh, you know I'm a man, I love to sing the blues. Well, now you gotta wake up, mama, I got something to tell you. Oh, you know I'm a man, yes, honey, and I love to sing the blues. Oh, let's sing it, guitar. I went upstairs to pack my leaf band trunk. I ain't seen the blues of whiskey made me sloppy drunk. But I ain't never seen no whiskey, but the blues made me sloppy drunk. Well, I'm going back home, honey. I'm gonna lie down on the lawn. Thank you. A very Wise Alecky version of the song Leavin' Trunk by Taj Mahal. Um, that name is not actually his name. It came to him in a dream. I told that story on a previous iteration of this musical program that we call Musical Hangout. Anyways, I got this album called I Have No Strings and I Must Play. Comes to you in your ear holes on the next Friday. Not this Friday, but the next Friday, the 28th. How do I know this? Because I released the album, that's how. And also, the 28th is also a special day because it is the day that God gave us Mike Bloomfield in 19 whatever year he was born. Mike Bloomfield, a legendary guitar player. I got to do some of his stuff here on this very program someday. Very influential. He's probably America's first blues guitar hero. That is, he was a white guy that really helped bring blues music to white folk. Everybody lists him as a hero. Eric Clapton at one point or another listed him as an influence. And that's funny because Mike Bloomfield was intimidated by Clapton. This is back, he ran into him back when Eric Clapton was just about wrapping up with Cream. But I'll tell you more about Mike Bloomfield at a later date. Right now, the reason I bring up my album is because it comes out next Friday, and this tune I'm about to do, it's probably the funkiest thing I've ever written. I hope you'll dig it. It's a song called Mr. Francis. Mr. Francis. It's got to be one of my favorite original guitar riffs to play. It's just so wise-assy. I like that, you folks. I've mastered the art of transferring one's personality to the instrument that they play. Most of you, if you know me on a personal level, you know how I can be a bit of a smart aleck. And I could think of nothing more wise-alecky than to do a Roy Buchanan-style chicken-picked sinister triplet into some funky lickery-doo-dahs. It's where country meets funk, ladies and gentlemen. We go places that no other artist has gone when you tune into Musical Hangout. This one is kind of like funk and psychedelic combined. We'll see what happens here. This is one I do a lot on this program called The Monster I've Become. For my other instrumental record, that album is called Sounds. This song is called The Monster I Have Become. the monster I have become. Penned and poised by yours truly, Zach Hval, Esquire, here in the Pacific Northwest. There's something in the water, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't know what it is. It's hot. I'm heating up. Let's see. What's next? Oh, we did this one last week, and doggone it, we had so much fun. Oh, Pag Papa, I can't pronounce that second part of your username. Somebody in the comments on YouTube says, sounds good. Thank you very much. That's what we're trying for. Let's do some more blues. What do you say? Well, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Well, come on, now, baby, don't you wanna go? From the land of California to that same old Chicago. Oh, come on, now, baby, don't you wanna go? Well, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? From the land of California till that sweet home, Chicago. Well, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? Well, come on, baby, don't you wanna go? From the land of California to that same old Chicago. Well, 1 and 1 is 2, 6 and 2 is 8. I got a booking, honey. Well, don't you make me late now, come on. Baby, don't you wanna go? From the land of California to that sweet home, Chicago. Something like that. Something like that. Get a little funny there, but that's okay. Nobody's perfect. It's noisy in here. Should really wear glasses. Colin says, do you know how to play any Kiss songs? I am sure that somewhere inside this little cabeza, despite years of taking schmacks to the head and consuming copious amount of fermented beverages, that there is the knowledge required to play things like Dr. Feelgood, Heaven's on Fire, Detroit Rock City, and things like that. But at this present moment in time, I do not have the ability to play any Kiss. But we respect Kiss. The original lineup. I don't know who else is, Gene Simmons is the only person left as far as I know. Moving right along and living fancy-free. We'll do a little bit of Crimson Domicile for you this fine evening. Red house over yonder, it's where my baby stays. Lord, there's a red house over yonder. Lord, that's where my baby stays. Been home to see my baby in about a 99 and one half days. Wait a minute, something's wrong now. The key won't unlock this door. The key won't unlock this door. I got a real bad feeling that my baby don't live here no more. That's a crying shame, ladies and gentlemen. But might as well go back over yonder. Way back yonder across the hill. Well, I might as well go back over yonder now, buddy. Way back yonder across the hill. 'Cause if my baby don't love me no more, something tells me that a sister will. A little bit of that Crimson Domicile for the kids. I like that song, folks. I've been playing that song since I was like 13 years old. And it unlocked for me the mystery of the glorious shuffle pattern. Okay, hey, how about another one from the new record? We vibe to this song. It's a tune called Roy's Groove, a tribute to the great Roy Buchanan. If you don't know Roy Buchanan, great guitar player. Look him up. Google that sucker. My bad. It's actually Desolation Angel. Because I skipped the track. There we go. I'm back on track. I got a little excited and jumped ahead. This is Roy's Groove. Wouldn't be me if I didn't hit the wrong button every now and again. Roy's Groove. That was Roy's Groove. Ooh. I'm not properly set up for this next tune. Here's a little Eric Johnson inspired thing to help ease your troubled soul. This little thing called Desolation Angel. As you can tell, things get sinister when I do this song. Destruction was manifest. Let's see, what else? Oh, here's another one. That we do a lot on this program here. It's a tune by Chris Isaac. Gives me a chance to sing a little bit. A song called Wicked Game. was on fire and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never thought I'd meet somebody like you. I never thought I'd love somebody like you. Well, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. What a wicked game to play to make me feel this way. What a wicked thing to do to let me dream of you. What a wicked thing to say, I never felt this way. What a wicked thing to do to make me dream of you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. Was on fire and no one could save me but you. It's strange what desire will make foolish people do. I never thought I'd meet somebody like you. I never thought I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love. No, I don't wanna fall in love with you. Nobody love no one. Marshall Harrison says, guitarist, no, you bend the whammy down on the first note and let it up on the note right after. Trust me. I will not trust you. There's an old joke that we used to have in Nashville called, it goes like this. How many guitarists does it take to change a light bulb? And the punchline is 1, but it takes 5 others to say they could do it better. Thank you for your input. We're going to wrap it up here with a few more tunes. This is one of mine that didn't quite make the cut for the record. It's called Me and All My Friends. It's a little tribute to friendship and sweet musical congress. Me and all my friends. I have the 3 best friends I could ask for. Me, myself, and myself. I mean, we get along so well you can hardly believe it. Alrighty. We'll end as it all began on a blues number. Let's talk a little bit about the blues. We've established that I have a proclivity for that type of activity. Can you dig it? But, you know, blues ain't nothing but a good man feeling bad, and sometimes I feel bad. You know, sometimes I feel bad. I don't always feel good. Sometimes you got the sniffles. That's the blues right there, folks. Most of the time, it's the ladies that's giving you the blues. You know what I'm talking about, fellas. I mean, 1 minute it's waltzing Matilda, won't you go waltzing Matilda with me? Next thing you know, you're at the church potluck and she looks you straight in the eye and says, gee, I'm really sorry, but I really just see you as a brother in Christ. We've all been there, ladies and gentlemen. But as we wrap up with a fine blues number here, I'd like to take this moment to thank all the brave men that have gone before us that blazed the path I get to walk on. Yes, these fine gentlemen, who I will now list off in no particular order. We'd like to thank Albert King, we'd like to thank Freddie King, B.B. King, we'd like to thank Jimmy Reed, I'd like to thank Roy Buchanan, Mike Bloomfield, Jimi Hendrix, Roy Buchanan, Bob Dylan, Eric Clapton, Eric Johnson, Jimmy Rogers, the old Jimmy Rogers, the new Jimmy Rogers, Hank Williams, Robert Johnson, Magic Sam, Earl Hooker. The list goes on and on. Who made their guitars laugh, cry, falsely confess to murder. And of course, Stevie Ray Vaughan. And I guess John Mayer too. Well, I hope you were entertained this evening. I have been Zach Hval, singer, songwriter, guitar player extraordinaire. Would appreciate you on YouTube here. Those of you leaving nice comments, and those of you who did not leave nice comments, hitting the like button, subscribing for educational material, and to see what's up, because we're here every Tuesday, unleashing an arsenal of musical debauchery. Until next time, I'm Zach Hval, reminding you that if something goes without saying, let it. Bread is bread, cheese is cheese, praise God. So there's this boy, James. He was what you would call a homely young fella. He lived with his grandparents, and so naturally he never developed a sense of style, as the kids would say. So he ended up dressing like his grandpa, dressing like an old man, which, as you can imagine, a homely-looking guy dressing like an old man, like he's 75, doesn't exactly make you popular in high school. So he went through, freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, all the way up to senior year, basically being a nobody, kind of the real salt of the earth, a real wet blanket type, president of the cheese club. And he thought about, going out for the chivalry club, but he thought that would make him far too lame. And, his big crush was Sandy Lowe. Now, Sandy was just the most beautiful girl in school. And one day, James caught wind that she had recently dumped the head of the football team, the head quarterback for the football team. And he thinks, gee, I've loved this girl for 4 years. This is my chance. I mean, senior prom is coming up. She's not going to have a date. So he really invests in himself. He starts exercising. He tries out for the track team. He's getting in tip-top Magoo physical shape. And he starts to learn a little bit more about Sandy, and he realizes that her favorite flowers are daffodils. And he realizes this because he's seen her paint these in art class, and he sees her paintings hanging up in the school gallery of, daffodils. And so he goes out and he buys 1,000 daffodils, and he lays them all out in the field, the track field. And so Sandy and all the girls go out for cheerleading practice when they all start to see the daffodils on the track, on the field there. And so she can't quite get a good view of this, so she climbs up on the bleachers, and she covers her mouth, and she starts to cry a little bit, because in the field is, Sandy, will you go to prom with me? And she feels a touch on the back of her shoulder, and she turns around, and there's James in a tuxedo, and he says, well, will you go to prom with me, Sandy? And through tears she says, I've only been waiting 4 years for you to ask me. And so, unbeknownst to the kids at school, James, his grandparents are loaded. So he goes to pick Sandy up in a limousine. And they go up from, house to house, picking up all Sandy's popular friends. And these guys and girls couldn't believe it, that James was always cool. They just didn't realize it. And so they get to the prom, and the kids are having a good time. And, they're dancing and whatnot. And in between songs, Sandy walks up to James and plants the most passionate kiss that anyone has ever seen in the Tri-County area on him. And he says, would you like something to drink? And she says, yeah, go get us something to drink, but don't take too long. James is really feeling himself. And he passes all the jocks and even the quarterback that got dumped, and he has everybody's respect. And when he gets to the snack table, he finds that, much like this joke, there's no punchline. Zach Hval, we'll see you next time, ladies and gentlemen.